The reversal of shadows. In a quiet village surrounded by dense forests, a coven had thrived for generations. Hidden from the world, they were known for their dark rituals, their ability to manipulate energies, and their insatiable hunger for control. At the heart of their power was a cursa, suicide spell they cast on those who dared to defy them. It was their ultimate weapon, a way to ensure no one escaped their grasp. But their reign of terror was about to crumble. One fateful evening, a traveler named Dwayne arrived in the village. He was no ordinary man. His aura radiated a divine light, a balance of masculine strength and feminine intuition. The coven sensed his presence immediately. They saw him as a threat, a force that could disrupt their carefully constructed world of darkness. Determined to eliminate him, they cast their most potent suicide spell, weaving it into the fabric of his energy. But Dwayne was no stranger to spiritual warfare. As the spell descended upon him, he felt its weight, its suffocating grip. He closed his eyes, centered himself, and called upon his ancestors and divine guides for protection. With a surge of energy, he reversed the spell, sending it spiraling back to its source. The coven was unprepared for the backlash. Their leader, a man named Howard, felt the reversal like a physical blow. He stumbled, clutching his chest as the spell's dark energy consumed him. Voices whispered in his mind, urging him to end his life. He fought them, but the more he resisted, the louder they grew. Around him, the other members of the coven began to falter. They, too, were plagued by the same voices, the same despair. Meanwhile, Dwayne moved through the village, his presence a beacon of light. He encountered a woman named Zandy, who had long been a victim of the coven's manipulation. Her spirit was broken, her will to live nearly extinguished. But when she looked into Dwayne's eyes, she saw something she hadn't felt in years: hope. Together, Dwayne and Zandy worked to dismantle the coven's hold on the village. They performed rituals to cleanse the land, calling upon the elements and their ancestors for support. They burned sage and Palo Santo, creating a barrier of protection around the village. As they worked, the coven grew weaker. Their spells failed, their curses reversed, and their once unified front began to fracture. Howard, desperate and consumed by the voices in his head, tried one last spell, a home invasion meant to destroy Dwayne and Zandy. But Dwayne had foreseen it. He and Zandy had already moved to a safe location, leaving behind a decoy infused with protective energy. When the coven's members entered the home, they were met with a blinding light that shattered their remaining strength. The coven's downfall was swift. Howard, unable to bear the weight of his own curses, succumbed to the voices and took his own life. The other members, now stripped of their power, were left to face the consequences of their actions. Some fled, while others sought redemption, but the coven was no more. Dwayne and Zandy stood together, watching as the first rays of dawn broke over the village. The air felt lighter, the shadows receding. They had broken the cycle of darkness, not through confrontation, but through resilience, intuition, and divine protection. As they walked away, Dwayne turned to Zandy and said, "The light will always prevail, remember that." And with those words, they disappeared into the forest, leaving behind a village reborn.